in. The next secret is...
Right now, on Secrets of Louisville Chefs, it's Southern cooking at its finest.
Kentucky's finest.
We're going inside the kitchen at Sway downtown, and the chefs are revealing their best-kept secrets.
We have a lot of secrets to everything.
Everything from fried green tomatoes to fried chicken.
One of our big secrets here at Sway is the crust on the fried chicken.
It's so good, even the chefs can't resist it.
I try to limit myself to once a week, because if my cardiologist knew that I was eating this every day, he'd have a heart attack.
Learn the secrets to Southern cooking from the masters at Sway.
There's always plenty of secrets.
Right now on Secrets of Louisville Chefs. Hi everybody, Kevin Harned with you in the heart of downtown Louisville, where we're about to reveal more secrets of Louisville chefs. If you're a fan of Southern food, you're gonna love this. Sway is a restaurant tucked inside the lobby of the Hyatt, right off of 4th Street at Jefferson.
A great spot before a concert. It's a great restaurant before a Louisville game. We're just centrally located.
And they specialize in food that just about everyone in Louisville loves to eat.
Sway is a Southern eatery. Sway standing for Southern Way. We're a Southern eatery specializing in fine products out of the great Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Chefs David Barrett and Logan Sandoval are the men behind the food, and they've mastered all the Southern favorites. Free-range pork chops.
Our pork chop is one of our best sellers.
My personal favorite dish is the shrimp and grits.
Can't come to Kentucky without eating some fried chicken.
The same goes for fried green tomatoes.
Nothing beats a local fried green tomato, and we have the best around.
The chefs are going to share all their secrets to making those classics in the next half hour. And up first, the #1 seller at Sway that's guaranteed to please.
One of the things we've always said here at Sway, that if it's not one of the best fried chickens you've ever ate, that we'd be happy to pay for it. Since we've opened over 2 years ago, I haven't bought one of these. I mean, reluctantly, they tell me this is better than Mom's, and they look around to make sure Mom's not listening.
The first secret is time. To do it right, you'll need a couple of days and a good brine.
We're gonna start off with a basic brine. Whenever I'm doing chicken or whenever I'm doing turkey, especially turkey with Thanksgiving, I always brine my turkey. That turkey's gonna come out super moist, not dry like Aunt Margie's. It's just some water, about 1 gallon, some salt and bay leaves. Just sprinkle that in there, some sugar, and we're gonna bring this to a boil. We know it's ready when the sugar and that salt is completely dissolved. So as we take our brine off, we're gonna let it cool off in the refrigerator. Obviously, we don't want to put a hot brine over meat.
Or you can do it like Chef David has done. Just chill the brine with ice.
We have our brine ready to go. We have our fresh chicken, wings, thighs, legs, and breasts. We're just going to take this, pour this in, like so. And then we're going to let this brine for 2 days before we're actually going to fry it. The importance of that, and the secret is, when you're cooking chicken or pork, you're going to lose about 15 to 20% of your moisture during the cooking process. This basically forces liquid into the meat that you're going to cook, so it offsets the 15 to 20% you're going to lose. That way our chicken always comes out juicy.
After 2 days in the brine, it's time to bread it and fry it. There are a few secrets there too.
So we're going to do our seasoning for our flour, which is our basic flour. We do a little bit of paprika, a little bit of pepper. It's white.
Add to that white pepper and salt, and then a few secrets.
A little bit of seasoning salt, and a little bit of a lemon pepper that we have made just for this restaurant. We have 3 secrets in this dish. One is the seasoned flour. One is the chicken, the brining of the chicken. And the other is, we're going to show you right now. We want to take that chicken immediately out of the water and into the flour so that flour adheres to that chicken. If the chicken is too dry and it's holding in your hand for even 30 seconds, that water's going to drip off and that flour's not going to grab onto that chicken. It's going to go out of the water, into the flour. See how that's stuck on there? Real nice. So we're going to drop the breast for 7 minutes into the fryer. Normal frying temperature is 350. We're going to use 320. We want to cook it nice and slow. We don't want the breading to get too burnt or too cooked. We want it to come out perfect. There's a whole lot of secrets in this dish now that I think about it.
He puts the breast in first because it takes longer to cook. After 7 minutes, in goes the leg, thigh, and wing. 12 minutes after that, it's all ready at the same time.
And there it is, 18 minutes later, is our Sway fried chicken.
And nothing goes better with fried chicken than collard greens. And they do them right here.
We do it the old style, smoked ham hocks, onions, water, and let that cook for an hour in order to absorb the flavors before we add our greens.
3 more hours, and you get this.
You see right there? Here's some of our homemade mashed potatoes. Again, using milk, butter, and our fried chicken. Nice, beautiful crust on the breast. Nice fried leg. That wing on top. Then we're just gonna finish that with a little piece of fried thyme. Just get some fried thyme, a little bit of hot oil, just to dress it up a little bit.
And there's still more goodness served on the side.
So this is our house-made gravy, and this is our famous Sway fried chicken.
Guaranteed to be some of the best fried chicken you've ever had.
The last secret I can tell you about the famous Sway fried chicken that I learned is a lot of to-go boxes.
I can tell you, with chicken this good, my plate's gonna be clean. I'm not gonna be needing a box. And there's still much more to come, including a pork chop that the chef calls his get-out-of-jail-free card.
And our chop is the best chop you'll ever eat.
He's sharing his secrets so you can make it the same way at home.
Tell you make this chop during the summertime out on the grill, people are gonna wanna know what your secret is. You don't have to tell them, that's my job.
Plus, these shrimp and grits won 2 awards at the Taste of Louisville. We'll get the secret to those too. Stay with us, much more from Sway at the Hyatt coming up on Secrets of Louisville Chefs. Hi everybody, Kevin Harnett back with you at the Hyatt downtown for more Secrets of Louisville Chefs. Inside this modern hotel, we discovered a place where they're making Southern food the old-fashioned way. At Sway, the chefs swear by their fried chicken, fried green tomatoes, and pork chops. And believe it or not, the guy in charge is actually from Chicago.
When I tell them I'm from Chicago, they're surprised, saying, what is a city boy who grew up in Chicago know about Southern food?
Even though David Barrett grew up in the Windy City, his bloodlines flow right through the heart of the bluegrass.
Both my grandmothers are from Kentucky, one from here in Louisville. The other one is from Millsboro, Kentucky. I grew up in the inner city of Chicago, growing up as a small child, eating biscuits and gravy, salt-cured ham, grits, fried green tomatoes. So to be able to come back to Louisville, Kentucky, you know, kind of like where it all started, and be able to kind of showcase what I've learned from my parents and my grandparents, you know, it was a special treat for me.
The chef has a special treat for us, too. He's sharing the secrets to his favorite dish on the menu, Sway's grilled, free-range pork chop with caramelized onions.
This is my wife's favorite dish. This is my get-out-of-jail-free card.
Just like the fried chicken, the pork chop goes into a brine. But this one's a bit different. It has salt, sugar, and bay leaves. The secret is the addition of molasses.
Our molasses is going to add some nice sweetness to it. Sorghum is fine, depending on what time of year it is. And this is our brine for our pork chop here at Sway. Most important things you want to do is find yourself free-range pork chops. You can see the beautiful marbling in there. If you pick up a pork chop at the store, you're going to see basically a white piece of meat with no marbling. Marbling is extremely important in your meat because that's what's going to give you your flavor and your moisture. So find yourself some free-range pork chops. You'll never go wrong. So we're going to take that chop, we're going to add our molasses brine. Then we're going to let this chop sit in the fridge for 24 hours. So this beautiful farm-raised chop has been in our saltwater molasses brine for 24 hours. A little bit of salt and pepper on our chop, right on our grill. You only want to flip your meat one time. It's just like pancakes when you're making pancakes at home. One time flip. So you're looking at about, on a nice hot grill, you're probably looking at about 4 minutes per side, depending on the thickness of your chop. Nice, beautiful grill marks. So on top of our pork chop, we're gonna put some caramelized Vidalia onions. The sweetness along with the pork is just an incredible pairing.
Caramelizing onions is easy when you know the secrets. You just need an onion and a sauté pan lined with canola oil.
A little bit of sweet Vidalia onions. And we're just gonna cook that over a medium heat. You don't want your heat too high, otherwise you're not gonna caramelize, you're basically gonna burn your onions. So you want them to go nice and slow. About 15 minutes later over a slow heat, okay? You want to get these nice, slowly browned onions. The reason they're browning is because of the sugar within the vegetable. All right, that's where you're going to get this caramelization color from, as well as the sweetness.
And to round out the dish, a few potatoes and vegetables.
Yeah, just pan sauteed Yukon Gold potatoes, little salt and pepper, and they're good to go. I'm going to saute a little bit of green beans, shallot, and red pepper, a little salt and pepper, of course, and a little pinch, just a couple little chunks of garlic in there, just for our flavor. Good to go.
And with that, the masterpiece is ready for the plate.
This is these beautiful Yukon Gold potatoes. Again, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing fancy, it's just food done the right way. Carefully sourced, thoughtfully served. Some of our fresh green beans with red pepper and shallots. We're gonna take this beautiful chop we have, and these are beautiful caramelized Vidalia onions we were talking about earlier. Some nice sweet Vidalia onions over the top.
And there's one more secret that truly takes the chop over the top.
We get some pork bones, we make a natural pork broth, and then we strain it and reduce it. And this is just, again, this is the healthier way of eating, just natural stocks, natural broths. And this is our free-range natural pork chop.
That's just about as Southern as it gets. Good eating down here at Sway. And speaking of a Southern tradition, nothing embodies that more than a fried green tomato.
And we have the best around.
Logan Sandoval is David Barrett's sous chef.
Our right-hand man here is Logan.
He grew up in Los Angeles, and he was always around his mother's home cooking.
She's a single mother, but she always took a lot of pride in having a home-cooked meal every evening for me and my brother, and she says I learned to cook from her because she used to strap me in the baby backpack. I used to look over her shoulder as she would cook in the kitchen when I was young.
Nowadays, Logan does his own cooking, and no one does fried green tomatoes better than he does.
Taking a little bit of a modern twist on fried green tomatoes, what I'm gonna make right now is the remoulade that we make in-house from scratch. Take mayonnaise.
To that, he adds fresh squeezed lemon juice, Worcestershire sauce, minced garlic, and some Cajun seasoning.
We got our hot sauce, buffalo hot sauce, Dijon mustard. We add a little bit of cilantro. Whisk it all together.
Now for the tomatoes. When they're in season, they come from right here in Kentucky.
And we take a real great pride in using local ingredients like that.
They're sliced, then breaded in flour and cornmeal.
And we're gonna go flour, buttermilk, and then into the cornmeal. We use a flour first and then a buttermilk to really bind that crust to the tomato. Flour, buttermilk, go from there to here. So we drop those down to the fryer, 350, not 320 like the chicken. And we let those go from anywhere between 2 to 4 minutes, depending on the size of the tomatoes.
And a secret to knowing when they're done, they'll float.
Nice golden brown, beautiful. And we go to plate. Do 3 little circles. Plenty of sauce for those beautiful tomatoes. The whole point of this sauce is it's creamy, it's rich, it has a little bit of tang to it, it cuts through the sweetness of the tomato and the crispiness of the breading. 1, 2, 3. We take a little bit of mixed greens. Our house makes smoked pepper vinaigrette that we make in-house with the adobo sauce. Try to get a little bit of height on it, and there's your fried green tomatoes. Kentucky's finest.
Coming up, a roasted beet salad that can't be beat. Plus, folks at the Taste of Louisville gave these shrimp and grits not 1, but 2 awards.
There's even people that have come from Louisiana who tell us that their mother didn't make shrimp and grits this good back in the day.
You're going to find out what makes them so good and how to make them at home when Secrets of Louisville Chefs comes right back. Welcome back to Louisville's Hyatt Regency Hotel in downtown. I'm Kevin Harnett at the Hyatt signature restaurant, Sway, where they do everything the Southern way.
We go local from our grits to a lot of our meats, all the way down to our hot sauce.
Local ingredients and local favorites like fried chicken, pork chops, and fried green tomatoes.
We're a Southern eatery specializing in fine products out of the great Commonwealth of Kentucky.
You can eat hearty or healthy here. In fact, there's a salad that I like to say can't be beat.
The roasted beet salad.
This is something you can easily do at home. Start by roasting a beet. It's easy when you learn the secrets from Chef David Barrett.
Little salt, pepper, oil. Gonna take that beet into our oven of 350 until tender. Depending on the size of the beet, it's going to be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. So we're going to take that out. You see how it's kind of roasting, the skin's coming apart on that? That's when you know it's done, it's nice and soft. So we're going to just put this in the refrigerator and let it cool.
And now for the rest of the salad. Gotta have a dressing, right? Check this one out. It's made from scratch.
So we're just going to start off with a little bit of Dijon mustard or a stone ground country mustard. We're going to use a little bit of grapeseed oil. Our mustard is going to act as a binder. We're adding it nice and slow. And we're going to get our emulsification going. We're going to add a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of shallot, a little bit of garlic. As a little bit of natural sweetener, we want to use a local Kentucky honey.
And for a little texture, the chef adds chopped walnuts.
And that's our salad dressing. Perfect, ready to go.
Once the roasted beet has cooled, it's peeled and sliced.
When you're peeling them, you're using a red beet, make sure you're wearing gloves. If you don't have gloves, make sure you're using tongs or 2 forks, because otherwise you're going to have that on your hands for approximately about 12 to 18 hours of continual washing. We're just going to lay these out real nicely, kind of shingle them a little bit, almost like a beet carpaccio almost.
From there, Chef David takes fresh greens and mixes them with slivers of red onions, grape tomatoes, and sugared pecans.
Another local product we use is Capiola goat cheese, just over the river in Indiana.
And finally, his grapeseed oil dressing.
Not too much, we don't want to drown it. We just want a little bit of the lettuce mixture that we have here. Beautiful reds, yellows, and purples. And then we're just going to top it with a little bit more of our Capiola goat cheese. Just a couple crumbles, as well as a little bit of sugared pecan.
As fresh and local as it gets, it's truly a salad that can't be beat. And according to the people over at the Taste of Louisville, nothing beats the shrimp and grits at Sway. It took away honors for the best entree and the prestigious Best Overall Award. So it's quite a coup that we've convinced Chef Logan Sandoval to reveal the secrets to how it's made.
The little tricks of the trade to make good shrimp and grits, make good Southern food. Secrets to any good shrimp and grits is a good base of grits. We do use Weisenberger grits.
The other component to the grits is whole milk, about a 3-to-1 ratio, milk to grits.
We toss them in, mix them up, get a healthy portion of salt, healthy portion of pepper. Want to bring that to a boil.
Once it boils, he brings the heat down to a simmer. And then, here's a good secret.
Cut the heat, take a little plastic wrap, or you can take foil, put it over, wrap it, and set it to the side. And let it go for 10 to 15 minutes, and have some of the best grits you've ever had in your life. It's steeping the grits. It's actually cooking them through without hitting it with intense heat. If you hit it with intense heat, you run the risk of burning it, scalding the milk. A lot of different things can come into play. So doing that, especially in a busy kitchen, you can just set it and forget it.
The first secret to the shrimp is a hot pan. And although this is a top priority, make sure to put it on the back burner.
Definitely push it to the back burner. Make sure it's up underneath that vent. And because when you sear these shrimp, the blackening seasoning will smoke a lot. Any Cajun season really works. We're a big fan of the Paul Perdone here.
He coats the bite-sized shrimp with the seasoning and then puts them right into the pan.
See all that smoke and all that aroma coming up? That's why you definitely want to put it on the back burner. Otherwise, this will smoke up your entire house. So once those are blackened through, you can remove from the heat for 1 second. You want to pull your shrimp out before you do anything else because of the fact shrimp are very delicate. You don't want your shrimp overcooking and you don't want them to get all stringy.
But don't get rid of that pan. There's a lot of good flavor in there. And there's more to come.
We do use a local andouille sausage. Throw those in.
Next, what's known as cooking's Holy Trinity.
It's green peppers for bitterness, red peppers for sweetness, and of course our always favorite Vidalia onions. You're gonna take your shrimp stock that we make in-house, pour in a little bit, get that boiling, and you're gonna wanna scrape off all those black goodies off the bottom of the pan. Wanna hit that with a little bit of garlic. Everyone loves garlic, especially around here. Definitely a little bit more Cajun spice. Get that really bold flavor, the really big flavor of a shrimp and grits, of a southern shrimp and grits. That smells gorgeous. Gonna hit it with a little bit of cream. Now you're gonna wanna throw in your shrimp. Get those shrimp in there, give it a 1-2 little toss, cut your heat. And there's the shrimp to the shrimp and grits. So now that we have these beautiful, gorgeous grits, we're gonna take our shrimp and grits mixture. Look at that. When we finish the dish, we finish with fresh cut scallions, just like Mom wishes she used to make.
Great stuff from Chefs Logan and David here at Sway. We can't thank them enough for their hospitality, and we thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Secrets of Louisville Chefs.
Executive Chef David Barrett. Thanks for watching Secrets of Louisville Chefs.